lounging, son.
Welcome back to the Comic Lounge. My name is Ryan. Today I'm going to be going through the Terry Moore After Dark sketchbook. He released this past year, and I absolutely love it. Strangers in Paradise, Rachel Rising, Parker Girls, all that good stuff that Terry Moore puts out. Full disclosure though, I've only read Strangers in Paradise. I still haven't completely dove into the complete catalog of Terry Moore, but I still had to buy this sketchbook because I adore his art. I think he draws some of those beautiful women in comic books, hands down. But before we get into it, just want to remind everybody to make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we drop a new vid. We drop vids daily. We got interviews. We got flip throughs like this, indie creator spotlights, going through comics from the big two, major publishers, as well as a bunch of awesome self-published stuff. So make sure you check all that stuff out. Make sure you subscribe. And now let's get into this Terry Moore After Dark sketchbook. What's really cool is he did 3 different versions of this. He did a soft cover, he did the hardcover, which is what I have, and then he did I believe it was like a deluxe or signed one. Each one had a different cover to it, and you get different scenes of Kachu, who is his character from Strangers in Paradise, and different scenarios. So I just love the little details that he puts in. All of these are Francine, other main character of Strangers in Paradise, and she's looking at all these magazines based on Francine. So Francine Digest, Francine's Life, Francine's Food and Wine. So just super funny. And this is a hell of an art book. I love getting to see an artist at this stage where you see the pencils to inks, a real raw look at their art. Beautiful book. I love too when they do these art books and we get to see, and we get notes from them, right? Like it's not just simply putting the art there with no description. And I like to see why does he even says, you notice most of my drawings have circles in the background. Why? Circle of life, circle of trust, circle perfect. The sun, the moon, the stars, Mother Earth, auroras, halos, curves of the human body, and pie. Need I say more? So I've always, again, I love Kachu. I love Francine. And we get to see these looks at them, not over sexualized, and maybe some of it a little bit, but not like gratuitous at all. And I like to, he talks about this, he wanted to try this sketch in ink, so he drew it again, but he kind of made some changes, and you can kind of see the subtle changes that he does in each drawing. We get some Parker Girls drawings, and talking about, the tattoo each Parker girl it has, which is Darcy Parker's favorite flower. It's a rite of passage and a permanent symbol of loyalty. And even talking about how he said there's a few Parker Lily tattoos out there in the real world now. So if you see someone with this tattoo, be very, very nice to them. Love his lettering too on the top. Love this one. Again, I haven't read everything, so I'm not sure if I don't think this plays out in anything, but maybe it does. In terms of these characters, talking about how he sketches on copy paper. He does all the edge erasing and smudging on that sheet of paper, and then he light boxes it to kind of keep it clean so the finished art is ready to be displayed in fine art museums around the world. Love this, man. Just one of the most talented artists in comic books. I love that he kind of has, while he has dabbled a little bit, I know he did I think he did the Black Widow Ultimate Marvel Team Up issue with Bendis, but he stays with his own characters, and I think it's cool that he's been able to just focus on his own stuff for so long. I love this too that he'll have in some of his books with these poems. Love the dynamic between Francine and Kachu also. Just one of the best relationships in comic books, friendships. Again, I don't know these characters, but these are from Rachel Rising, and I gotta say, after going through the sketchbook, it made me want to go get the collections of these because I absolutely love Strangers in Paradise. I can only imagine how much I would love the rest of his stories as well. I wouldn't mind an entire comic book just like this. No colors, no inks, just straight pencils. It's just beautiful. Then we get some actual inked pages from Strangers in Paradise. I love the facial expressions he does too. He's so good at that. Again, his women, Francine, you can see the curvatures in her body. She's not I like, that they look real, that they each have different body types, and again, just the eyes that he gets and just the softness of the face, and then you can tell so much about each one of their personalities here, and I love the contrast of, you know, the look in Kachu's eyes as opposed to Francine's. Some more Parker Girl stuff. Scar in Kachu's side is the price she paid for her freedom. Talking about how you're wondering, in case you're wondering how Kachu is running around public beach topless, the answer is no. She owns the small beach in Hawaii. So just some kind of little funny anecdotes. We got Rachel from Rachel Rising again, talking about how this is kind of inspired by the old black and white horror movies. You get to see, you know, from sketch to ink to finished. I love this. Another one. I like the way this poem or this letter is done, like handwritten. It looks very, very manic, and you see Francine just like completely just distraught here. Got Mary Midnight right here. The Parker Girls cover from pencils to inks. Lilith from Rachel Rising. Love this. Great shots of Francine and Kachu. Again, got some actual comic pages here talking about Kachu's cruel past. I love this. I remember reading this and it made me laugh out loud. Kachu's redemption through the love of David. Some more great sketches. So again, like, this is just such a high quality sketchbook. Definitely want to check out some of his other ones. I know he has, you know, you can buy some directly from Terry on his website. You get all his books from him directly, so you get them signed. Just one of the greatest artists that we have. One of the greatest cartoonists we have still working in comic books. I like this Art Nouveau movement of the late 19th century and how he put that into his art, and how much it talks about how much of an impact it had on him and how he used that in his art, and it's just absolutely beautiful. This is one of my favorite sketches too in the book. I love this one too. Oh my god, so good. Each one of these is like, you just want to hang them on your wall. A little more insight into, you know, his process here. Got Kachu wearing this shirt that just says fuck. She got kicked out of Applebee's for wearing this shirt, and 2 servers told Bill, the manager, to take his job and shove it. This is from the 2022 sketchbook, which I'm definitely going to want to pick up. Kachu jumping with a kick during Mardi Gras. Get this moment with Casey and David here, and her obsession with him, and then, you know, like the preceding comic books kind of showing that obsession that she has with David. Just looking for love. More great Francine and Kachu pages. This woman with the cats around her. Man, dude, these are just phenomenal. I would love to get a commission. Francine and Kachu by Terry Moore is a commission I want, as well as Maggie and Hopi from Jaime Hernandez. Like, 2 of the best relationships, friendships in comic books, in my opinion. These are just so good, dude. And I really love that he puts these like comic book pages in from like the early days of Strangers in Paradise. Some real funny moments here. A Lady Death. Again, I know I said he doesn't really do stuff outside of his own stuff, but what a great Lady Death piece that he did for a variant cover that Brian Pulido asked him to do. Pretty cool. More Casey. We get Francine and Kachu dressed up as Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn. We get this fairy. Francine's friend Marjorie dressed up as Joker. Casey. It's Harley Quinn. Some more great headshots of Francine. Just beautiful. I love this scene too. The way he's blocking out the R-rated stuff and filled it with the text of the conversation. More great pages. Just, again, one of the best sketchbooks I own. I love it. I love Strangers in Paradise. I mean, I got a vid on the channel going through it. I love this sketch cover he did as well. And again, we get some notes on the, like I had mentioned, where he did the different covers. So this is the soft cover, this is the hardcover, and this is the deluxe hardcover. And he talks about doing the After Dark and then maybe doing an After Midnight book, sketchbook next. And we get all the works of Terry Moore in the back. Great sketchbook. If you missed the Kickstarter, I'm sure he's got some on his website. I'll drop that link down below. Make sure you check out the Strangers in Paradise video that Jen and I went through. I think we did the first like couple trades of that. We did like the first like 300 pages of or whatever, because I read it out of the omnibus. So, but go check that out. Terry Moore is definitely somebody I'm going to try to get on the channel, so stay tuned for that. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe, hit that bell icon so you're notified every time a new vid drops. And on that note, I'm out.